This Arukh HaShulchan Yerideh, Siman Aleph, Sifim Nun Zayin and Nun Ches. This is day 18 of the supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle. Nun Zayin. B'cheina minak pasha b'yireinu. It's evidently the widespread minhag in our city, meaning in the Novardock. Shleviu basim chutz, not to bring Shechutei Chutz, as it's called nowadays, to this day, meat from outside. Now, this is very rare in our day and age because we don't have the same controls. But evidently, in Hasidic communities, they still have these kinds of controls in many places where they don't bring in Shechutei Chutz. Things have to be shechted on the premises, so to speak. And they declare treif, meat, and vessels which are brought from the outside. Outside the city, it's fine. If I understand this in Hungary and those regions before the war, it was a very common practice that cities did this all the time. I don't know if it was in all places, but Novardock is in Lithuania. But in certain places, there's Takkanah. Shulchan says it's a good Takkanah. Wow. So with this, you preserve yourself from ruination, as is well known. That this case, the Takkanah was explicit that the meat which comes from outside be like treifa. But it's going to be rain. We also have another Takkanah in the Novardock. The one shechet should not shecht on his own large animals without someone else who's watching over him. If the shechet violated this and shechet by himself, according to the Yesh Omrim, which is brought down in the Shulchan Arukh, not brought in Arukh HaShulchan, sorry, in Nun Hey, the Yesh Omrim were said that they only put a cherem, then in Hefsei Ruba it's mutter. So now this is said to be a cherem. The Fidei Yeshrim Babasakosher Lo Pasul Shchitas Echad impossible it, which would be in this case it would be treif. Ella Shatiknu Shleish Chol Lebado. It was just like a cherem. They shouldn't shech on his own. Uvilu Sharagama Basar Osir, but no, he says according to that which we explained, the meat is also Osir. Shei B'Shelas Harosh Lo Yisot HaTakkanah B'Sol Shchitas Acherim. The question of the Takkanah was not to passel the shechita of others. It was not to passel the shechita of others. I guess not appear, but rather it was lashon that they were misakein. They fixed the somebody should not shecht. But even lashon passel did not appear. It goes across the also chom shechita also. So that's also the shechita. So in order to avoid this issue, therefore it seems that it's appropriate to specify in Takkanah that a shechita by a solo shochet should not be treifa, but rather shochet violate Takkanah, be consul, and they should find him. And even though they didn't make specify this, they didn't make the stipulation. HaShulchan says he believes that those people who've enacted the enactment believe to say that was their kavanah, not to passel the shechita, not to render it unacceptable, but rather to severely castigate and censure the shochet who did it. And so by shochet who accepted upon himself not to do such and such, and he violated this. If they didn't specify that explicitly, that when he does violate whatever they put upon him, I guess maybe like he drinks or something like that, they told him it's not allowed to drink, and he drank. They didn't make it. They didn't say specifically that when he does that, shechita be also muter shechita. Then shechita remains muter. True, he violated whatever he accepted about himself. Nevertheless, shechita shechita is kosher. The chosh aver achas. The fact that he's suspect on the avera of not abiding by the decree which is made, ain't chosher shechita. It doesn't necessarily make him chosher that a shechita would be possible. Avon befeirush asar love shechita so kshiavor. If they explicitly, if he explicitly, probably I know it says asar love, should be I think asar aleim. But if they specifically forbade the shechita when he violates, a violent shechted. Shechitah is asur, the shechita is asur. So, again, as I said, it seemed to be very much subject to abuse in the old days. And today I think it's very rare. I don't know, for example, that in Square, when they put up and I assume this is prevalent in other Hasidic locations as well, when they put up the Teres Charna Hall, they made sure that Teres Charna Hall was located outside the quote-unquote municipal boundaries of New Square, so that the people who use the Teres Charna were not limited to using Square Shechitah, because it was been within the municipal boundaries of New Square, even though it's right outside. It's just but they made sure it remains outside, so they wouldn't be subject to the Takkanah of no Shechutei Chutz. Okay, I don't know if it's Square they actually shecht in Square. I really don't know, but I assume it's easy to find out. But I assume that it doesn't mean that Shechita has to actually be in the city in order to aser Shechutei Chutz, but rather Shechita has to be done by the sheichtim that the city designates in order to aser Shechutei Chutz. Even though there's what's in Skok about this, so what makes a Shechita also just because he violated whatever we told him he has to do? Oh no, he's talking about Yachi here. So I don't understand where he came to the before he wasn't talking about a Yachid. I guess it's because the Shochet Shekibul Love Shelo Lasos Kach V'Kach. In other words, we're talking about the Shochet himself. I guess it's an individual takana on this specific Shochet. That's what it seems to say. Let's see it inside again. The Bishlam Tzibur Yesh Koach B'Yadam Lesor Davar Mutter. Tzibur has the koach to aser something which is mutter. Kol Tzibur B'Yiram Koachim B'Yafik Basin Go B'Yushalayim. Any community in their city, their power is as strong as a great basin in Yerushalayim. They Sanhedrin was Kosh Kosanu Kosh Meshach Simon Beis. Avi Yochid. I'm not sure again who the Yochid is. It sounded like the Tzibur made the takon on the Shoichet. Not individual, but I guess maybe because it's on the Sheikhet himself. Okay, because it's a account of Shavyah Anafshei Chatichah D'Issura. He equates it for himself as if it's a piece of Isra. It's only something which he would believe to say it's actually Aser. He says this is Chelev, Obasa Treifa, or this thing is Treifa. And it could possibly be this. I have a measure of Vadai Mutter, but it was definitely Mutter. No Shach said it's not. Well, you can't say this. Shavyah Anafshei, which is a very interesting thing, because it's going like in the famous Machlokes between the Ktsois and the Mari Ben Leib. He's going like the Ktsois. That Shavyah Anafshei has to have some degree of credibility. It can't just be in a neder. It's some degree of credibility. So therefore, that's something where it's possible you're saying is true. Okay, that it is taka chelev or treifa. Vaday mutar lo shayach zeh, but something which definitely mutar is not relevant. Some the comment simin reish hey. Homer sheyeh yeno yain nesach piso pas kutzim. So he says, let my wine be wine of nesach, and my bread of non-Jews. Lo nesach doesn't come also. I ain't sham. V'gam ein ze inyan klal li'avid lo mahani. There's also something to do with chom adam rachman lo sabi of lo mahani. That anything Hashem said not to do. If you do it, it's not effective. So he says, the near is a rakei nether. Oh, so Itaka says this can't be considered like a true Shavyah Anafshei, which would be evidently with a degree of credibility, but evidently like the Mari Ben Leib's definition, it's a little a kind of nether. Like we said there, when somebody says something about himself in the manner of a fine, in other words, to deprive himself of something as in a manner of a personal punishment, personal abstention. If I will do this, my wine be wine of nesach, piso pasako, my bread of the goyim. Some say it's also said it's mutter and sham. So according to this, the Torah would work if a person was matir nether. Even those who aser, as explained there. Barak says, Mamash kosam besifnim vav lo kapri chadash. But tzibur chem asos chidisur gam dar mutar gamrei.
But here says HaShulchan, this is a very radical, phenomenal discussion here. The tzibur can make something Chatichah D'Issura even if it's completely mutter. An individual can't. Only a maximum is in nether. A tzibur can. And it sounds like there's no Torah. Yeah. Okay, this is an amazing concept, right? Some Simon Ray Shay, Ayin Shem Baduk. Nunches. Because Ramon writes, even this bad that if the Takkanah became null and void, called Shechutei Chutz, Kashas Kumash Yishoina, then all the Shechutei, I guess the Takkanah was not to drink, and everybody started drinking, all the Shechutei started drinking. So then, okay, the Shechutei will get the Kashas, Kumash If any of them, Micah Mashlan. What's he telling us? Obviously, this must be what he's saying. The Avk Shalo Batlu Beferish, even though they didn't explicitly cancel it, Shizbat Me'eleh became both on its own. Because Takkanah became weak. Lachziba, they weren't sustaining it. Mesh's Batla automatically became bottle. It's like what Moshe writes about why nowadays you can clap and dance on Shabbos. Because of the Takkanah of he says that the idea of Takkanah Shein Tzibur Yochel Lamod Ba, or Takkanah Shlo Yispash B'Rov Yisrael, I should say, which can happen any time. So here too, it can happen that the Takkanah becomes nullified. It falls off because it falls into disuse. It falls into people ignore it. So then, Ms. Batla or Malka's Batla or Shenko Shulchan, everybody's out of Shulchan as originally. Normally, we don't say King the Mistama, you are Shulchan, Machen, and Gorm, the Bittel Takkanah. We don't say that since we assume that the Sheikhtim were the ones who caused that going to be batel. Learn it to we're not going to allow them. Nikno, someone will find them. The sof sah read Takkanah is batel. Found out Takkanah is batel. Chemash required the Mishuma Sadesh and Sima Kufain Zayin seems to be what the Mishuma Sadesh is saying. It brings down in the brackets here. This is what he says. Shaltani, that which you can ask me. Yeah, Takkanah b'chulei. But this kind of Takkanah is not sustained. B'chulei. Ma b'chulei over how repugnant it is. Nevertheless, ainless or shchita osam etabachim afchatchila. You can't forbid the shchita of those butchers, even preferentially. In our case, in this case, since the Takkanah does not want to remain with Takkanah, and they weaken their grip on it. There is no concept of migdar milsa here, because I guess reality sets in. It's like we said, wow, it's amazing. It's an amazing day we had today. Okay, especially the idea of the tzibur can make Shavyah Anafshei, not an individual. Lots of stuff. Shkoyach.